Hello friends, my name is Ramasu. Today we shall discuss about a topic, the two-factor authentication or 2FA. Friend, today's topic is very interesting, especially if you have interest in security and IT based solutions. So today's topic is very interesting. Hope you would like this video. So let's start. First of all, I will request you please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell option as well, so that my new videos can reach to you, and also you can follow me on the Facebook page as well. Friend, two-factor authentication or 2FA, sometimes referred to as two-step verification or dual-factor authentication, is a security process in which users provide two different authentication factors to verify themselves. 2FA is implemented to better protect both a user's credentials and the resources the user can access. Two-factor authentication provides a higher level of security than authentication methods that depend on single-factor authentication (SFA), in which the user provides only one factor, typically a password or passcode. Two-factor authentication method rely on user providing a password as the first factor and a second different factor, usually either a security token or a biometric factor such as fingerprint or facial scan. Two-factor authentication adds an additional layer of security to the authentication process by making it harder for attackers to gain access to a person's devices or online accounts, because even if the victim's password is hacked, a password alone is not enough to pass the authentication check. Now, what are the authentication factors? There are several ways in which someone can be authenticated using more than one authentication method. Currently, most authentication methods rely on knowledge factors such as a traditional password, while two-factor authentication methods add either a possession factor or a inherence factor. Authentication factors listed in approximate order of adoption for computing including the following: a knowledge factor. Knowledge factor is something the user knows, such as password, personal identification number, PIN, or some other type of shared secret. A possession factor is something the user has, such as the ID card, a security token, cell phone, mobile device, or a smartphone app to approve authentication request. Biometric factor, also known as an inherence factor, is something inherent in the user's physical self. These may be personal attributes mapped from physical characteristics, such as fingerprints authenticated through a fingerprint reader. Other commonly used inherence factors include facial and voice recognition or behavioral biometrics, such as keystroke dynamics, gait, or speech patterns. Location factor is usually denoted by the location from which an authentication attempt is being made. This can be enforced by limiting authentication attempts to specific devices in a particular location, or by tracking the geographic source of an authentication attempt based on the source internet protocol address or some other geolocation information, such as global positioning system (GPRS) data derived from the user's mobile phone or other device. A time factor restricts user authentication to a specific time window in which logging on is permitted, and restricts access to the system outside of that window. Now, how does the two-factor authentication work actually? Enable two-factor authentication varies depending on the specific application or vendor. However, two-factor authentication processes involve the same general multi-step process. The user is prompted to log in by the application or the website. The user enters what they know, usually username and password. Then the site server finds a match and recognizes the user. For processes that don't require passwords, the website generates a unique security key for the user. The authentication tool processes the key and the site server validates it. The site then prompts the user to initiate the second login step. Although this step can take a number of forms, the user has to prove that they have something only they would have, such as biometrics, security token, an ID card, smartphone or other mobile device. This is the enhance or possession factor. Then the user may have to enter a one-time code that was generated during the step 4. After providing both factors, the user is authenticated and granted access to the application or website. So, friend, thank you. Thanks a lot for watching the video. I hope you like this video. If you like it, please share it with the friends and colleagues. And thanks a lot for watching the video. Thank you, friends.